All right, good afternoon. My name is Dave Kugler. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about who I am as a person, how I came to be. So I've got 5 sisters, 2 full-blooded sisters, 2 half-sisters, and a stepsister that's estranged. My father has 21 years of daughters, right, from 2 different families, so my family and then another family that he made later on. My parents are split since I was 3. I was born in Spain, came to the U.S. when I was 3. I had to renounce my Spanish citizenship in order to get in the Army. They don't allow dual citizens in Spain or in the Army. I went to school. I went to high school in New Jersey, and my school was overcrowded in trailers and stuff like that. My father became a little more successful, a little more affluent, and he made a little more money. And when he became a little more successful, I got to go to a different school. So the last 2 years of high school, I went to a nicer prep school. Well, not nicer. It was a better opportunity to play sports and meet other people and do stuff like that. But I had 15 guys in my graduating class total. That's the size of my school. I joined the Army out of college. So first semester in college, when it wasn't hitting on all cylinders, I just called a recruiter. I said, "What can I do?" And he said, "You can do anything you want to do in the Army." I said, "All right, I want to go jump out of airplanes." I said, "All right, go." So I did. Joined the Army out of college. Went to Colorado. Deployed out of Colorado to Iraq in 2006. After that, I did a little bit of civilian schooling, did the EMT, some stuff like that. Deployed again in 2008 to Afghanistan, and then again in 2012 to Afghanistan. And in between, picked up some skills, some language schooling, some stuff like that. It really shaped me into the guy I am now. I also picked up a wife in 2010 and a son in 2014 in Alaska. Because of all of these things, I've kind of been impressed, or a couple of things have been impressed upon me, right? The importance of being hardworking, commitment, and compassion. And I chose those 3 out of all of them because hardworking really applies specifically to our community and to how I bring my demeanor and myself home to my family. If I'm not hardworking, how can I expect others to be hardworking? Because I see myself as hardworking, I automatically expect others to be hardworking, and I try to hold everybody to a similar standard. It's difficult at times for my family to understand because I tend to bring that home with me. It creates expectations, or I create expectations for myself of others because of the expectations I have for myself. Commitment, so I think I'm committed. I know that I've been committed to my country and national security and the service of my country. And then I try to be as committed as possible to my family, but a lot of times the commitment to our service and the commitment to my family are at odds because of the things that are asked of us, going away for a couple weeks at a time, years at a time, living in places that we would rather not live, moving as a family is more often than a normal family would move at length and far away from our extended family. It creates difficulties and friction. Compassion. So we talked already about sympathy, empathy, and compassion. I think compassion is really important because my strive, my wanting to serve, and my wanting to do the right thing all comes from compassion, because I feel very strongly about something. I want to introduce myself. I want to do something for whatever it is that I feel strongly about. All right, so compassion. The danger in compassion is when it crosses that line into sympathy. When you all become too emotionally involved or too emotionally attached or to one specific subject or person or thing, and then you can become blinded and lose your objectivity of compassion. All right. So if I had to sum myself up, and hopefully eventually you guys will get to know that the 3 things that are most key to my everyday is to try to be hardworking and to try to be as committed as possible and to try to remain compassionate, not to Not too into it, not too out of it. Okay, compassionate. And then, in conclusion, you know, I'm not a real religious guy, but I really like a lot of things that come out of religion. Pope Francis says, live by the golden rule, and what is it? Buddha talks about karma, okay? Passing it on, what goes around comes around. So I think that, you know, on top of all the other three things that we talked about, or that I talked about, if you can do everything that you can do in a day without, you know, killing yourself or ruining your family or whatever, to make somebody else's life just a little bit easier, you know, you help that one guy that's got one too many bags, you go out your way to pick up extra trash, you do just something. If everybody did a little bit more, the world would be a little bit better of a place. And maybe I've been to some places that are pretty horrible. If everybody did just a little bit more, you know, it would get a little bit better every day, a little bit better every day, a little bit at a time. So thanks. I really appreciate your time, and I hope to get to know every one of you guys too. All right. So, Mr. Arjange, I don't know if you could pan the crowd again. Thank you very much for your time. That'll work.